But also what's happening is a lot of changes at Marvel. And, I don't want to talk too long, but I want to talk for a minute about Marvel because Marvel right now came out, Hunter Reporter had this whole report come out about Kang. And we've talked about, the whole Jonathan Majors, the Jonathan Majors in the room about what happened with him and domestic abuse and where he's going. And multiple women after that have come forward now, 3 or 4 women saying that he's also abused him during that time. And now they officially taken away the whole Kang Dynasty title. It's gone. It's gone. Marvel just released this. They're taking it away, restructuring. They're hiring new writers. They're changing the whole process. They actually scrapped that script. So whoever wrote Kang Dynasty is probably pretty sad right now because a whole new writer coming in to change the whole thing. And the idea now that people are hoping and circulating online is that Doctor Doom is going to come in. And to me, I'm like, all right, I could be on board of Doctor Doom. That might be a lot of fun. But Kevin Feige is getting in there, and he's actually putting his hands down and making things happen. He's getting his hands in the mix. He got in there to Agatha. He did some reshoots there, only a couple days. So it was really fast. He's doing massive reshoots on Brave New World, the Captain America one. He's really getting in there for Thunderbolts, changing the whole thing, too. He's adapting everything, getting his hands in it. Daredevil, again, got in there, too. Everything's changing. They're calling it kind of a soft reboot at MCU because he wants to still be good. They're saying they're not giving up. That's what an inside source says. They're not giving up. They want to make something great moving forward. And so now Jonathan Majors, whatever happened with him, we know what happened with the domestic abuse stuff, but that whole shit, when that went down, they said, okay, we got to readjust everything because of this. So don't expect a recasting. They said he might play a minor character right now in the next Avengers movie, but now they're talking about introducing all Spider-Man, talking about putting Wolverine and Deadpool in the next one too, as opposed to just being in the last Secret Wars stuff. There's a lot of weird rumors going around. There's a rumor right now about Henry Cavill on Wednesday. About Henry Cavill, I laugh my ass off because a lot of people I follow online that talk about comic book stuff and all that said exactly what I said on Wednesday. I'm like, Henry Cavill Cyclops. That makes sense to me. And all of a sudden, it's everywhere, guys. I don't know if people listen to our show or if I'm just manifesting the future, but the same.
I still think he's going to be Captain Britain.
I think so too, Jordan. Jordan, what do you think about this whole universe right now, what's happening with Marvel? Do you think they can get it back on path, and you think that Cavill will be Britain, or do you think that Kang will just be disappearing too from the whole universe moving forward?
Well, for one, I love Henry Cavill. Let's start that off the bat. And I like Cyclops is one of my favorite X-Men growing up. I could see him as Cyclops, but then I could also see him being too big for Cyclops. But then Hugh Jackman was 6'3" and Logan's supposed to be 5'8". So I'll wait to see what goes on. So
I can do it.
Kang, I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. When Loki season 2 ended, I'm like, oh, the writing's on the wall. They already wrote Kang out of the story. Like they could just be like, hey, we're hunting Kangs and Loki. I mean,
easily.
They are, and I think like they seen it. They're like, okay. They made Kang a bitch. Like, I hate to say, excuse my French, but Ant-Man took Kang
America's
down.
Ass, Jordan.
Yeah, America's ass. That's a great ass. but Ant-Man took Kang down. They made Kang a bitch.
He is.
He's a big bitch. He's a big bitch.
In the comic books, he's not a bitch. So they fucked that up. So I think they're trying to pivot. They're like, all right, we'll bring in Doom. We'll bring in Dr. Doom. Now I heard another rumor. I don't know if you guys talked about this on Wednesday, but there's a rumor Cavill might be Dr. Doom now.
Yep, there's that rumor too.
That ain't going to happen. They ain't putting him behind the mask. That's what I said on Wednesday.
That's a good idea. GR's right. They're not.
GR's like, he's got too pretty of a face to be behind a mask the whole time.
Exactly. I mean,
GR's words, not mine.
What's his name? What's his name wants to be Dr. Doom? The one that what's his name? He played the Skrull.
Murphy. Ben Mendelsohn.
Ben Mendelsohn. Yeah, he said he wants to be Dr. Doom.
Hey, I'll play Doom.
It's too close.
No problem getting a mask on.
GR could, but I think they're gonna go with somebody like Mads Mikkelsen. I think he has kind of that.
I think so.
Crazy voice. Or Cillian Murphy's so hot right now with Oppenheimer that might make sense too. But he'd be smaller than if it's Cillian Murphy, unless they just have a stunt guy and then he's a close up of his face, But Cillian Murphy can play that businessman very well.
I mean, comic books have changed everything. I mean, they're not all buff. They haven't. Look at the comics of Flash. I'm wearing the Flash T-shirt. I love the Flash, but they have not cast a Flash that looks like the comic book ever. There has not been like a big ass buff speedster.
not happening, Jordan. It's not happening.
They don't have to be 6'5" and freaking 250 pounds.
I think the only realistic ones that are the no drinks at all.
Sure, take a drink. Take a drink, GR.
Yes, dear.
I'm just saying, having fun with you, GR.
No, really?
The thirsty daddy.
What I was trying to say was Jordan's right about what he said about the comic book characters, except for the Fantastic Four. At least they tried to make them look somewhat.
Yeah, they did.
They try, and you see the new casting, GR. You like that new casting?
Mr. Fantastic, I'm not sure about that. He doesn't strike
I'm
me
over Pedro.
He's not Mr. Fantastic. I'm sorry.
Well, you're both thirsty daddies, though, GR. So maybe you could find a.
But Mr. Fantastic wasn't a thirsty daddy. He was an intellectual.
He was.
And I'm sorry, Pedro doesn't strike me that way.
Yeah, he's the man, though.
And somebody I know. I'm the one.
They cast Pedro because they already got him on a payroll.
Oh yeah, he's already there. He's locked in there already. I just feel like they're trying to find the best star power to move it forward without John the Majors right now, and I think Pedro's been so hot right now. In the words of what was that? Zoolander. He's so hot right now. So in the words of Zoolander, he's so hot right now, and so they're like, let's get attached to that and get him in there because I think he'll do a good job for them. That's what they think. And honestly, Pedro does a good job, and we'll see if he works for this universe. But they're trying to regroup. Fantastic Four be bigger. They're saying Deadpool, because at 123 million views in the first 24 hours, they're talking about putting Deadpool in it.
Deadpool's going to make money. Deadpool 3 is going to make fucking
it's
bank.
Gonna kill. And now that the other thirsty daddy, Hugh Jackman, is now single too.
Oh yeah.
I think that he's going to not want to give up the reins of Wolverine. I think that he's going to be like, let's keep going. Let's keep.
How long can he keep going?
Dude, he's not that old.
As long as they keep paying him, he'll keep doing it.
I want to say it again. Everybody ripping on Hugh Jackman. He's not that old.
He's not that old, but
I see all the shit online.
As ripped as he is, he even says it's getting harder and harder.
It does get harder, but you know what? At his age, he's 55 years old. He's not an old man. He could go for at least 10
Wolverine doesn't age.
Hey, I'll tell you something, and I can say this from experience. What we used to do all night, it now takes all night to do.
Well, let him do it. Let him do it all night. I'm ready for Hugh Jackman to do it all night.
I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
I think he'll be doing Wolverine for another good 5 or 6 years at least.
Ron, as a company, Ron, do you think that Marvel is kind of just messed up right now because of everything that happened? They have the legalities of Jonathan Majors. You have like a whole plan and, set up. That happens. You probably see it all the time. You see the production meetings that go down and they have everything planned out, the pre-production, all of that. And then this happens. Do you think they're able to even know what they're even doing right now? Can they come back? Does this make sense as a company to just shift gears, throw that away and start over again? How do you feel about this?
I think they're trying to distance themselves from things in the past with them, but they're being too aggressive about it. And there's too many, it's kind of like a Disney. Well, there's too many cooks in the kitchen. So somebody's saying this, somebody's saying that, somebody's saying this, and then they're just kind of doing that. They've lost their vision, sort of. They're not compact anymore. It's just kind of spreading out. I think they'll get back there, but right now it's just up in the air, everything.
Does it make sense to you that Kevin Feige is coming in there to fix this? Does that make sense to you?
Given his track record recently with what you were just talking about, I think it's okay.
Mm-hmm. I think it makes sense though, because his movie's done great before, and now they're trying to figure out how do we make him great now?
So
bring in, do you have any thoughts for Henry Cavill? Because I know you like Henry Cavill too. Do you see anybody you would like to see him?
I just saw him in. Argyle.
Oh yeah,
great.
You saw it? Was it good?
That good? Was that good?
It was so good.
I gotta hear that.
I do too. It looks so much fun.
Good. It was so much fun. Yes. Torbett and I went on that rainy Sunday last week, and it was great. Yeah.
All right. I got to check it out now.
Well, that's the thing too. Like that looks good. And they want to do so many spin-offs. They want to do like a TV show.
Yeah, but it tanked. I hate that it tanked.
I know.
I know. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I don't think
people are. I just don't think people are going to the theaters anymore for original properties. They're just
They're not.
They're like. Yeah, they're like, I'll wait 90 days and I'll get it on streaming.
I know.
Well, who wants to pay $25 or $30 to go see one movie?
That is so
dinky. I think COVID killed the theater because now that they got this agreement that's like, after 60 days or 90 days, you could put it on streaming. So either you take a family that's going to cost you $100 to go see a movie, or you wait 60, 90 days and you buy it on Vudu for $20.
Yeah.
That's it.
I know.
That's why Tom Cruise was like, no, a Top Gun. He wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what you need. But there wasn't any star power like that in Argyle. And you need to see it. It's a big screen movie. Argyle's a big screen movie. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy you liked it. I want to check it out too.
65-incher, and that's big enough for me.
Woo! All right, GR. We're not
Brian,
like
Brian, I'll go see that.
Are we comparing sizes here? Are we comparing sizes?
No.
What were you gonna say, Ron?
That movie you were talking about at the very beginning of the show that you wanted to see. What's that?
Madam Web?
Yeah, I'll go see it with you next week.
You want to go?
Yeah, totally.
I'm down. Let's go.
I like Dakota Johnson.
Okay, you two got to report back on Friday.
We will.
We will.
I want honest opinions.
I wonder if the problem with that they're having in the Marvel universe is they killed off the event. They killed everybody off.
Yeah.
Kill them off.
And
that's the problem.
When you've got a train going, you don't derail it on purpose.
No.
And that's what they did.
You took out your biggest names, like the lesser known ones, like Black Widow, Hawkeye. Okay, you want the stakes high. You can kill a couple of them, but dude, you took out Captain America. You took out Iron Man. I mean,
that destroys things.
When that happened. I mean,
it was
a good ending, though.
Jordan was most upset about not having Captain America's ass here anymore.
That's not good.
I'll tell you, Captain America, that's a great ass. That's America's ass.
I don't believe this shit, though. Like the Dr. Doom and Henry GR's grabbing there. The Henry Cavill thing with being Dr. Doom, I don't believe it. I think
Captain Britain.
Captain Britain. I know Racer X said. I know Racer X was like Captain Britain, really? But he also said Tony Stark was a big mistake. Yeah. Again, Robert Downey Jr. said that was a mistake too. He didn't want to die in that movie either. He's like, this is a mistake. I don't want to die.
I know a lot of people that followed the Marvel universe, never watched comic books or never read comic books. They loved the Marvel universe. They loved all that. They watched every movie. They felt like Endgame felt like an ending, and they just bowed out. They were done.
Yeah. That was it.
They're like, they followed their characters. Their characters had an arc. Their arc was over. They were done. So I think they lost a lot of viewers.
Well, those of us that read the comics and loved the movies were pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I grew up reading Iron Man and Captain America, all of that crap.
See, I never really did. See, I'm big into comics, but I was more DC.
Well, I was when I was young, and as I got older, I moved over to Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
But then I am a couple years more advanced than you.
More advancst. He's leveled up a few more than you, Jordan.
Leveled up. I know.
He's leveled up. That's what getting older is, leveling up. But I'm excited to see what they do. Again, Marvel's not giving up. They're not giving up. They're really about like trying to figure out what's going wrong before. Again, people hate on Ant-Man. I get it. Quantumania didn't do as well. I will still say, in my heart, it's a fun movie. You can see Brian Kruse.
You have to say that. You loved it. I was going to say, you loved it.
I want those. I want the residual money too. But I also enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It was a fun movie. It was now people want it to be. I get that.
Ant-Man, yeah.
That one guy messed it all up being Ant-Man. You know.
Yeah.
That guy.
No.
You know.
Having Kang in it messed it up. You had your big bad. That was like, what if you put Thanos in? What if he was the big bad in Captain Marvel?
Doesn't work.
That's what.
It doesn't work. You know, and he should have won. If he would have won at the end, and if he would have won, killed Paul Rudd and been done, I've been like, whoa, that'd been impactful. You know, Paul Rudd wasn't going to die. I remember we were doing reshoots when they killed him this time, and they didn't kill him during the reshoots. I'm like, oh, he's definitely not dying now. You know, because I was like, all right. But,
nope, you had Ant-Man beat Kang. That would have never happened in the comics.
Yeah, never happened. DC was always trying to copy Marvel. You're right, Racer X. It happens all the time. Hence why they're trying to do this whole multiverse thing too. I bet they'll connect them eventually. They would try if they could.
DC was, if you go back to the original comics, Marvel was copying DC from the comics. Now DC's trying to copy Marvel from the movies.
Jordan's telling as it is.
I mean,
Jordan, most people today don't read the comics.
That's true.
Don't know the storylines.
Yeah. So they're always trying to say, "Oh, DC's copy of Marvel." No, from the way back in the original comics, DC came up with the multiverse first. It was a huge fucking thing. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Deadpool was created from Deathstroke. So
that makes sense. They're pretty much the same freaking villain, you know?
Yeah, right. You got a lot of that. There's a lot of that.
Will Smith playing that part, but you know what? Ryan Reynolds is much better playing that part. I mean, Will Smith was fun, but serious, you know?
No, not Deadshot. Deathstroke.
Oh, there's too many dead people. You're right, because he was in Titans. He was in Titans, right?
Yep, he was a Titans villain. Yep.
Yeah. Jeez Louise. But Kang wasn't a good villain, right, Queen? I'm interested to see where this goes. I think Dr.
Superman.
Yeah, so
Captain Britain is Superman.
Yeah, he 100% is, you know? And that's why people are saying, like, he could be Superman. It's like the Marvel Superman. There's also, I know Sean said the character on Wednesday. I can't think of his name again. He's like, there's another superhero they thought people could play. He's like very much more like Superman 2 in the MCU. But the Cyclops thing's out there. Not Gladiator, start with a P, I think. It's gone. It's not there. I don't know where it's at. But there's another person, but they're saying maybe Cyclops, maybe Captain Britain.
I don't know.
He'll be Doctor Doom. You know, we don't know.
No, he won't be Doom.
You know, I don't think he'll be Doom either. But we'll have to see. Henry Cavill's coming. There's a big shake-up of the MCU. Just want to have a little good time talking about that. I honestly think that at the end of the day, Kevin Feige's going to get in there, try to fix it, and I think that we're going to have more Deadpool. We're going to have more Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and we're going to have everything that's been working, like Spider-Man, thrown into this shit so it works really well as a big budget thing. Because, again, they're fighting over Spider-Man 4 right now about if they can have, like, a grounded one or if they can have an actual, like, big budget one with all the Spider-Man in it. That's a big battle. It's happening even more. It just started blowing up again this week again, where Kevin Feige's arguing with, Amy Pascal about it. So that's been happening all week long. Everyone's talking about it. We've been hearing about that for weeks, though. So
I'm just
trying to figure it out.
I'm just worried we're going to lose Spider-Man. Sony's got all the power.
I'm worried too.
They could just be like, from the MCU, we're going to lose Spider-Man because
you could.
Kevin Feige pushes enough. Pascal could be like, "Fuck you, we're taking back Spider-Man."
Deuces, we're out.
Yep, we're out.
We have the spider powers. You do not. Because again, they have all the rights to it, so they're kind of at their mercy. They can argue back and forth, but they're at their mercy.
Radioactive spider, so we can create a new one.
We'll make a new one, But it can't be Madam Web because that's not doing well. But I still want to see it. So Madam Web's out there.
But you, Brian,
Ron's not suing me.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, but Kang is out. Everybody, he's out. Jonathan Majors messed that up a little bit, and I think MCU's gonna, jostle back and forth, figure it out. I honestly think it will be Doom. Again, in that trailer for Deadpool 3, they showed a Doom comic book next to Deadpool laying in the sand. Maybe that was a little Easter egg hinting, Secret Wars, right? Hinting towards what's going to happen. And hopefully we find the best Doctor Doom, introduce him, and make it great, and then he can continue. Hopefully he doesn't die, so we have more Doom in the future because he's a great villain. But I think he's the best person to move forward. We'll see what happens, and I think that Kang is really done based off what we keep hearing from everybody. So, Marvel, what are you going to do? Hopefully something great. We're waiting to see.